Do some leaf blowing here with this 11 horse giant vac. It'll be the first time I used it, and hopefully we can find out what the oil leak is all about that the previous owner had informed me of. But there's not a lot of leaves left, and it's really kind of windy, and I want to just give the lawn kind of a quick blow off and then mow it for one last time. We'll see what happens. And the thing for one pass on the lawn, it's already running like crap. So what I'm going to do is go to my Briggs manual here and find out what the setting is for the carb, because it seems like it's totally messed up here. And somewhere in here they have a chart, I believe, that tells you what the actual setting should be for that kind of carb. And this is called the FlowJet 2-piece, like this. This is page 44. Let me see if I can get to that. Let's see. 37, 34. Let's see. Page 44. Let's see. Repair carburetor, check float. Initial adjustment. Turn both valves 1.5 turns open. So let me try that, and we'll see what that gets. And I'm also going to put a little more gas in the thing because it seems like it's kind of sucking air. All right, go from there. Okay, so it's leaking oil all over the place now. That's evident. And I really think that it's something to do with the breather. You see how the top of the carb is totally covered with oil? Well, the breather's right behind that. And I can see back here that this tube on the breather is supposed to be plugged into the carburetor, and it's not. So that's a good clue. So maybe we'll plug that in, but the whole base here is covered with oil. And, it is wet up in there over that fuel line, but it could be that it's from the breather. It also could be the head gasket. It's definitely coming from a high spot, whatever it is. So, fortunately, I just ran out of gas, but you can see how, oh man, it's hot. How much oil is just right on the timing cover area there. It's definitely got a sizable leak somewhere. And, it was blowing a ton of stuff out of this area right back behind here. So it could be the head gasket, or it could be something to do with the breather on the valves there. But either way, the thing is awesome. It blows like crazy. I love it. Shame that it has an oil leak, but what are you going to do, But it is making a big mess on it, so we'll have to come back and maybe in the spring or something investigate it. But I really think it's something to do with that breather. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe somebody put too much oil in it and it's blowing out the breather. That's a possibility as well. But it's really soaked over here, and it's really hard to tell where it's coming from. But I think that maybe disassembling the whole engine and putting a new gasket set on it, checking the rings and all that stuff, may be where we're headed on this. By the way, this next giant vac's a little 8-horse that I got, someone gave me, and they said it was seized up or something. I forgot what year it is. I think it's a 71. But I never tried to start it, and he says that it probably needs new rings. It was seized up, and you got it freed up and got it running, and they just didn't want to deal with fixing it, so that's how I obtained it. But we'll see what happens with this one. burnt a quart of oil. That's awesome. Well, it does run. The guy's right about that. And definitely, I need some new rings at a minimum. But it sounds good otherwise, so I think what we'll do is at some point we'll take the motor off and we'll work on measuring the piston and everything, and probably order up a rebuild kit and slap her together. Well, that giant vac was really burning some oil. You could see it dripping into the threads on the exhaust port there. It's pretty bad, so surely we're going to have some rebuilding on that thing, and hopefully everything's good and we just got to pop some rings in. But boy, that was a lot of fun playing with those things, and I don't know, the leaves are pretty much done now, so chances are these things aren't going to get touched until next spring, but it was fun.